Hello.
Hi.
Any big plans this weekend?
Well, the boys come back tonight, so I think I'm just gonna kind of be running defense to make sure my house doesn't get burned down.
For the next 7 days?
Yeah,
You do 7 days on, 7 days off, huh?
yeah, yeah. So we'll be running defense.
I'm going on a hike tomorrow in a place called Alamere Falls, Point Reyes. Do you know where Point Reyes is?
I've heard of it.
It's about 2.5 to 3 hours away, and it's a big waterfall. It's a 13-mile hike, and,
Oh,
and it's going to be like 55. So I'm pretty excited to layer up and be able to like be back in some cold weather.
yeah, that's gonna be cool. Yeah, it was
Mm-hmm.
really warm this week. I spent some time up in the mountains where there's this where I was at. The way that the air goes up the hill, and they explained it to me, I thought there's no way this is true. But the way the air goes up the hill at like 10 o'clock at night, all the heat from the valley floor hits this slipstream that goes right up against the hill that I'm on. And so there's this one pocket, it's like 20 feet wide, where it's like 10 to 15 degrees warmer than anything else around. And you can just sit there in it and just kind of get warm for like a half hour, 45 minutes.
Are you messing with me?
No.
So it would be like our Delta breeze. It's the mountains.
But it's like low, like you gotta get low to fuel. It's like low to the ground. It's such a trip.
How did this person figure that out in the first place?
They didn't. Somebody else did by squatting and peeing. And they were like, "What are you doing?" They said, "There's this warm stream here that feels really good."
So they needed help in their garden, and you're like, I love yard work. I'll help you in your garden. And then how did that go for you?
Well, it turns out that it's been a while since I've done yard work.
And it turns out
Um,
that a
my
while ago means you were a lot younger before.
my back is feeling it in all the ways right now.
Hi, Tiff.
Hey, Tiffany. We were okay. So we were moving rocks, like the
How
only job.
many minutes or hours into the task did you start to feel the pain?
About 35, 40 minutes in.
How long did you keep going?
The whole time.
So you just didn't want to let them know that you're in pain? Did you braggerson about yourself the day before saying I can do this? I get that. I wouldn't have given up either, probably.
I was saying, hey, I love yard work. I grew up with it. It's my jam. It's what I did. Like I missed this sort of stuff. And so we're like 45 minutes into moving rocks, and my back is like, there's little parts and knots and muscles in my back that were like, oh, you're 43 and you haven't done this since you were a teenager, bud. And I had bragged so much about how much I've done that I just like, I gripped it and ripped it. I'm like, just shut up and just keep doing it. And then like every chance that there was to sort of like slyly lean against a piece of earth to sort of take a break and be like we'd be doing something. They'd be like, hey, what about that over there? I'd be like, let me take a look.
Okay, so
Yeah.
The person you were helping out, their number one thing is working outdoors. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is not going to be the last time. Are you going to use this as an opportunity to get stronger and keep helping, or by the second or third time you're going to speak up? Did you cry about it?
Like not in front of anybody. No. No, actually, I
like this person already, because other women, you would have cried about it in front of them and they would have waited on you, and she's not having it.
I can't. But no, I think I'm mildly over exaggerating, but my back is like, it's like not city right now. Like if I stood up straight and you took a little Hot Wheel and then it go down my back, it'd be jumping. It'd be like, whoa, these are Modesto City roads.
You might be slightly exaggerating, like the other day when you had a headache and you're like, I have a migraine.
Okay, to be fair, then I asked what a migraine was, and you guys told me. I said, okay, I guess it's not that. It hurt really bad, though.
I know. So, Tiffany, some inside side radio stuff. Yesterday I was listening to some of our old shows so that we could put, when we're gone, you hear best of Madden and Riley, right? You guys, Tiffany, you included. I'm throwing you under with me. We're pretty mean to Ian Riley. We're pretty rough on you. But then and then I even looked at the boss lady because she came in and saw me listening. And I go, God, I'm mean to him. God, I'm mean to him, right? But then every day you just give me another reason.
I know. I'm like an onion of fun. It's like, I really just need to sink my teeth into somebody right now. Like, I just
need onion.
Oh. Hey, I have a question for you.
Hi, Peggy.
So you have been to Indigene many times.
Yes.
Or a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever walked back where their bike trail is?
It's a cider brewery in Sonora. Go ahead.
Have you walked back to where their bike trail is?
Yeah, I've walked. The ex-boyfriend lived right around the corner. We walked that whole thing. We would walk to it.
Then can you explain to me what the Gnome Garden is? Because it's awesome and freaky both at the same time.
I'm sure it just started as something random and then it continued.
Have you ever seen it?
I briefly, it was the first time I've been there.
Yeah, it's way back there. So we were walking out to the disc golf course out there, which, by the way, 12 holes, brand new and super fun, like beginners and advanced alike. But
I love it. The first time Kenny and I drove out there, the first time I've ever been, we drove from Murphy's to Sonora and went out there, and they had a big bonfire going and they had a food truck.
So beautiful.
Yeah. And then they also have like vodkas too, right? Vodka tasting.
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay. You guys, I know you don't do the tasting, but okay.
Yeah. My friend was grabbing a beer.
Something, yeah.
My friend was grabbing a beer, and I was paying for it and trying to get a water. And
a cider because I don't have beer.
Or a cider, yeah. And so as we're paying for it, the woman goes, just one. And my friend goes, yeah, she's just having water. And the dude next to her just started dying laughing. Well, she spilt it outside, so I came back in. Same dude was there. I'm like, hey, I have to be sober because she can't handle her drink out there, guy. So he's like, hey, when you get back out there, then give her a bunch of crap for me. So I found out his name is Rod, and I went out and let her know that Rod said, anyway, there's this really weird gnome garden. And I don't know if you've heard about it or seen it, but when you're walking back there, it's right on the bike trail, and it's like this weird horseshoe, and there's something like 50 or 60 plastic and porcelain gnomes alike,
I'll have to
and
go
weird
back.
little statues.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if when you walk by, it's awesome, and at the same time, it's like, are there rituals done there?
I'm into gnomes, though.
It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I make those metal ones, and so the next time I go back, I'm going to bring them and stick them in the ground there.
Is that what it looks like, that people just put them there to collect them? Because when Jamie and I were in San Diego, somebody had a rock garden like that where people just dropped off different rocks from different states. And it was one of the coolest things I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. It was like just 30 or 40 gnomes, all different gnomes. Creepy looking gnomes. Cool looking gnomes.
This golf course out there is new, right?
Brand new. Everybody I ran into, it was their first time playing it. And it was a lot of fun. It's like, because I noticed because I quit drinking so long ago, I kind of missed out on the fun brewery phase. So breweries are kind of new to me. I've never been to like something like that, or like a out in the open cider brewery type place. So the cornhole and the picnic area, they had a paint and sip going on. They've got a BMX bike trail. They've got their disc golf course.
They do events. So if you go there on the weekend, they have games out there. They'll have a bonfire. They'll have snackies, food trucks. They have events all the time out there, whether it be Christmas, fall, spring, Easter. They always have something cool going on out there.
It was so much fun. Now,
we got all of our pumpkins out there for Halloween one year.
At the end, when you've been around with your kids, have you ever had other kids come up and they're just curious and so they want to play, but then like they cross the line, they stop talking to the kid about playing and they just sort of get on your stuff and start checking everything that you have out?
Yeah.
So that kind of happened yesterday. So everyone's getting loaded in, and these kids come up. They're just like, "What's going on?" We're like, "Nothing. We're leaving." Okay, cool. We're gonna jump in the back of your truck and look through your windows. So they got up and they're just like looking through the windows of the truck, and I'm like, "All right, well, we're getting ready to go. So come on down." Yeah, in a minute. What?
Hey, those mountain people, they don't give a blank.
So then they got down and they said, "Well, what are you guys doing here?"
I
Then I
live
see
up there,
fishing
but they're out
poles.
there riding and saying things. I have a house in the mountains too. Don't you love it up there?
Oh, it's so great. It is so great.
It's just a whole different, I love the quiet. I love the outdoors and the nature. God, I just love it up there. Have
So
people,
this kid,
you've been spending a little bit of time up there. Do you go to the grocery stores or anything?
not yet.
We
Not
have
yet.
a very large listener base in Sonora, which you might
Okay.
start to figure out if you're going to be frequenting there. They have a really good grocery outlet,
Okay.
Um,
I saw it like brand new.
it's the stuff in there, and it's nice, and the people in there are nice. I've been there a lot, and I used to drive all the way over there from Murphy's. I just don't go to Sonora a lot because I don't want to run into certain people. So I'm usually just going through to Pinecrest. What else? Who else? So you don't go to bars, but the Rawhide, if you go in there with your friend, there's a really cute woman with brown hair, thin, beautiful girl named Olivia. Tell her you're a friend of mine. You know my bartender friend, Kenny, #1 at the hotel? My favorite one, that's his wife. So go in there and she'll hook you guys up with the drink. She'll hook up your friend with the drink. So that's a place you should hit up and just check out just because of the people watching. You would enjoy that.
It's kind of one of my things.
And then there's a food place called The Rock, but it's more in like the Tuolumne area. Have her go to. The food is like you won't be able to decide which app you want. Like they have the trash can nachos and the potato skins, and their wings are pretty good. So that's a good place to check out.
On a windy day, you can go there and literally say, "Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?"
Anyway, so we gave away Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish. Was it Dua Lipa? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We talked about Doja Cat canceling music. She's not going to do music anymore. She said she quit. We gave away Dua Lipa tickets and Billie Eilish tickets. All the Disneyland tickets, they gone. But we're probably going to have more later, so keep listening. And then Monday, we have Olivia Rodrigo tickets.
We also kick off the 25K cash grab where you can score money.
$100 just for qualifying. You can win 25 grand in your hand.
And then also, Imagine Dragons was just announced today too. That came down at 9:00. Imagine Dragons in Macklemore, September 8th at the Shoreline. Tickets go on sale on April 1st. I don't know if it's a pre-sale or just on sale, or if you were talking earlier, it's the pre-sale to the pre-sale to the pre-sale.
We don't know anymore. That weekend, the weekend one, not the one that was on the weekend, the artist, The Weekend. Remember, he had like 8 different pre-sale dates.
Oh, it was nuts. It was like
legally, they probably have to offer them to the people who got canceled before, got refunded to the show before. I don't know. Maybe there's a thing.
they had so many categories though. It was like if you have a dairy intolerance, this is your pre-sale. If you like to wear red shoes, this is your pre-sale. It was so weird.
All right. We're going to go back on the radio. My ex-husband is writing me before the show.
Cindy, she loved that joke.
Oh my
I
goodness.
thought it was hilarious anyway.
You just send me a picture of Layla on the what's the zip line? She looks like exactly like me, dude.
That's awesome.
He wrote me.
Yeah, she does.
He goes, this girl looks exactly like her mama. Look at that hair.
Yep.
Dude, you would think that was me.
Yep. That's awesome. That's rad.
All right, you guys. We'll see you Monday. Bye.
Bye, guys.